Hi folks, today's topic is all about interview questions related to Infosys, which I have recently attended for the role of full stack developer. So here I'm gonna cover interview questions which are based on like whatever they have asked me. So they have asked me on Java, Spring Boot, React, DBMS, Git related questions, and also SDLC like agile things, all those things. So before that, please subscribe to my channel, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you have any queries, please ping me on Instagram by following, and also subscribe to Telegram channel as well. Now let us dive into the interview questions of Infosys. So basically I had two technical rounds. So first of all, let us see technical round 1, TR1 questions. Okay, in the first TR1 question, they have asked me about tell me about yourself. Okay, so here you can initiate answer like where you have started your career. Okay, I have started my career as a Java developer using Struts framework. Thereby, I have moved to Spring framework like that. So in your position, whatever you have done from starting of your career, you can tell. And currently, which company you have been working, what is your project. You need not tell your project name and what does your project. Confidential matters you shouldn't leak. Just you need to tell what is the tech stack in the project and what domain you are working on, and what are your roles and responsibilities in the projects, like how you have tackled all those things. You can tell me about yourself. Okay, so basically your tech stack, roles and responsibilities, and project overview you can give. You need not tell the project name. So and also architecture, any related to your project, you can tell. Okay, within this you can answer the tell me about yourself. Okay, now let us move to the second question. So the second question is, what are Java 8 features? So I have answered. In Java 8, we have functional interface, lambda expressions, optional class, streams, method reference, etc. So the third question is, what is functional interface? So if you observe here, based on your previous answers, the next question will be there. So here they are asking, what is functional interface? So the answer is, an interface that contains exactly one abstract method is known as a functional interface. So it can have any number of like default static methods but contain only one abstract method, so which is nothing but called as functional interface. Now let us move to the next question. What is lambda expression? So lambda expression provides a clear and concise way to represent one method interface using an expression. It is very useful in collection library, and it helps to iterate, filter and extract data from collection. Next question is, what is an interface? So in Java, an interface shows the functionality but do not showcase the logical implementation of them. So next question is, what methods we can write in interface? So it has static constants and abstract methods, and since Java 8 we can even have default and static methods in an interface, and since Java 9 we can also have private methods in an interface. So next question is, what are different types of collections? So we have like array list, hash set, hash map, tree set. So there are a number of collections. So out of that I have mentioned this 4 to the interviewer. So the next question is, what are life cycle methods of Spring? Bean lifecycle is managed by the Spring container. Okay, so when we run the program, then first of all the Spring container gets started. After that, the container creates the instance of a bean as per the request, and then dependencies are injected. And finally, the bean is destroyed when the Spring container is closed. Therefore, if we want to execute some code on the bean instantiation and just after closing the Spring container, then we can write that code inside the custom init method and the destroy method. So the next question is, what is IOC container? So Spring provides two types of containers. So the first one is bean factory container, and the second one is application context container. And Spring IOC container is the core of Spring framework. Okay, it creates the objects, configures and assembles their dependencies and manages their entire life cycle. And the container uses the dependency injection, okay, to manage the components that make up the application. It gets the information about the objects from a configuration file, that is XML or Java code or Java annotations and Java Pojo classes as well. And these objects are called beans. Since the controlling of Java objects and their life cycle is not done by the developers, hence the name came as inversion of control. So the next question they have asked is what annotations you have used in Spring. So the answer I gave is auto white annotation. So this annotation is applied to the fields like setter methods and constructors, and it injects object dependency implicitly. We use this auto white to mark the dependency that will be injected by the Spring container. Okay, and next annotation that I have used, I told us primary annotation. So this indicates that a particular bean should be given preference when multiple beans are candidates to be auto-white to a single value dependency. So if exactly one primary bean exists among the candidates, it will be the auto-white value. Okay, and next annotations that I have told is controller. So this is used to specify the controller. Okay, for that we use this annotation. And next one is request mapping. So this is used to map to the Spring MVC controller method. Next one is response body. So this is used to bind the HTTP response body with a domain object in the return type. Now the next question is what is qualifier annotation? So the qualifier annotation is used to resolve the auto wiring conflict when there are multiple beans of the same type. So these qualifier annotation can be used on any class annotated with component annotation or an methods annotated with bean annotation. And also this annotation can also be applied to constructor arguments or method parameters. Now the next question is what are the features of Spring Boot? So it creates standalone Spring applications. It embeds Tomcat, Jetty or Undertow directly. No need to deploy WAR files. Okay. It provides opinionated started dependencies to simplify your build configuration, and it automatically configures Spring and third-party libraries whenever possible. It also provides production-ready features such as metrics, health checks, and externalized configurations. It requires no code generation and no requirement for XML configuration. Next question is how do you implement an API in Spring Boot? So to set up a new Spring Boot project, we will define all required dependencies in pom.xml, and we create controller, service, model and DAW layer. In controller, we define all REST API methods. In service layer, we write all business logics. And in model, we write all properties of class like employee, customer. And in DAW layer, we query the data from database. Next question is what are different types of joins? So answer is we have inner join, left join, right join and full join. The next question is what is inner join and outer join? The inner join keyword selects all rows from both the tables as long as the condition is satisfied, and this keyword will create the result set by combining all rows from both the tables where the condition satisfies, that is, value of the common field will be the same. Outer join. This join returns all the rows of the table on the left side of the join and matches rows for the table on the right side of the join. For the rows for which there is no matching row on the right side, the result set will contain null. And left join is also known as left outer join. Right join is similar to left join. This join returns all the rows of the table on the right side of the join and matching rows of the table on the left side of the join. For the rows for which there is no matching row on the left side, the result set will contain null. Right join is also known as right outer join. Next question is what are your roles and responsibilities in your project? So that is in your current project. This you can tell related to your project about your roles and responsibilities, what you have done in your project and what are the features you have developed, what are the challenges you have faced while developing. So all those things you can cover in this answer. So with this we have completed technical round 1 and I have got selected in this TR1. Now let us move to the technical round 2 questions. In TR2 the first question is explain about your current project. So in this you can tell about your project architecture and whatever tech stack you have used in the project and domain and tools used in your project, and you can also tell about the issues you have resolved and the features you have developed. All those things you can tell about your current project as answer. Now the second question is what is React.js and why do you prefer it? So React.js primary goal is to create UIs, that is user interfaces, like which enhance the speed of programs, and it makes use of virtual DOM, that is JavaScript object, which enhances the app's efficiency, and it is quicker than the standard DOM, which is the JavaScript virtual DOM. So the next question is which framework you have used for React testing. So this you can tell whichever framework you have used in your project, but I have answered just framework. Next question is how do you implement API in React.js? So the answer is we are using Axios. In the component, we use the use effect hook to make the API request when the component mounts. Next question is what is the sonar coverage of your project? So based on my project I have told we are covering 80%. This also you can tell the percentage of your sonar coverage like related to your project. So the next question they have asked me is do you know JUnit and Mockito and writing test cases using them? As I know them, I have answered yes. And next question they have asked is do you know how to use Postman? As I regularly use Postman, I have answered yes. And next question they have asked me is which method you are following for developing software like Agile, SDLC? So I have told them like we are using Agile methodology currently. And next question they have asked is how will you plan your sprint? Okay, so I have told them like once we get the requirements our team will discuss all the features and make user stories and assign them ourselves. Okay, this is what we do, so that's the thing I have told them. So next question they have asked is who will review your code? So generally my code will be reviewed by the team lead guys, so that's the thing I have told. So if you are a fresher you can tell like the senior associate or whoever in your team who will review your code, you can tell that answer. Okay, so the next question is how you will deploy your code. So in our project we use Azure to deploy our code, so I have told them the Azure. So next question is how do you check production logs? So in Azure services we have command line to check the logs. So the next question is do you know Jenkins? So basically I know Jenkins but I haven't used it anytime. So I just told them that like I have not used Jenkins but I know it will be used for the deployment purpose. So the next question is do you know Git and how you will push code? Yes, I know about the Git. So first we will create a feature branch. We will work on that feature branch. Then we'll pull the code from the main branch to feature branch and we add the modified file and commit the code and push it to my feature branch. So next question is do you use same branch for all developments or create a new branch for every feature? So the answer is no. We will create separate branch for each feature. Now the next question is what different environments are there in your project? So the answer I have given is we have dev, QA and prod environments in our project. So guys, these are the questions that have been asked in TR2. So I have covered both technical round 1 questions and technical round 2 questions about full stack developer with the tech stack that I have provided initially in Infosys. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button guys. It will be helpful to reach more people. And thanks for watching. If you have any queries, please comment in the comment section or follow me on Instagram and ask your query. So thanks for watching guys. Hope this video is useful to you. Thanks for watching. Take care.